I titled this Why Your Pizza Sucks. So I'm going to assume if you clicked it, your pizza does kind of suck, or it's just meh. I know what that's like because when I first started making pizzas, my pizzas were solidly in the meh category. The crust didn't rise very well, it wasn't browned, it wasn't chewy, the cheese didn't taste that good, the sauce wasn't that good, but I've learned a few things in 20 something years of pizza making that have made my pizzas go from meh to really good. So I'm going to tell you why your pizza is bad and how to fix the problem. You probably are baking your pizza at too low of a temperature. You cannot throw pizza dough into the oven at 350 degrees and expect to have a really good pizza. I know that works for almost everything else you bake, but it's not good for pizza. For pizza, you need 500 to 550 degrees, which I know is a little scary, but I promise if you do that, your pizza is going to be so much better. It's not going to be blonde and flabby anymore, which is definitely bleh. Not only do you need a really hot oven, you also need to put your pizza stone in the oven for an hour before you bake your pizza. I know that's a long time, but you got to get this pizza stone super hot before you put your pizza dough on it. Otherwise, it's just going to act kind of like a cookie sheet. You're not going to get that really nice browned crust. So put your pizza stone in the cold oven, turn it on to 500 plus degrees, and leave it for an hour. And then you will be ready to bake your pizza. One of the biggest reasons your pizza might be kind of meh is that you are using the wrong flour. I used to think it doesn't matter, but it really truly does. So I don't normally love to pay a whole lot for flour, but King Arthur bread flour is totally worth it, especially for pizza where the crust is kind of like the main event. I have tried using other kinds of flours when I've run out of King Arthur bread flour, and it really immediately puts the pizza into meh category. So spring for the really good flour. It will be worth it, I promise. If you are using pre-shredded mozzarella cheese or the kind that comes in sort of an oblong block, your pizza is not going to be as good. I know it's kind of expensive, but this kind of mozzarella cheese, it's like $5 or $6 for a pound of it at my grocery stores. It tastes so much better. It's not as soft as fresh mozzarella, but it's not as hard as the stuff that comes in the oblong packages, and it just has such a much better flavor. Spring for it. I don't think you'll regret it. The sauce on your pizza also really matters. Pizza is so simple in its basic form. It's just crust and sauce and cheese, and when you have so few ingredients, it really is important for all of them to be tasting good. So if you go and buy a 99-cent jar of tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce at the store and put it on your pizza, it's probably not going to taste that good. So I usually make up a super simple no-cook sauce that just requires some canned tomatoes and a few spices, and I will put the link to that in the comments of this video so that you can access it. I promise it will be better than the cheap jarred sauce. So to recap, you need good flour, you need good cheese, you need good sauce, you need your oven at a really high temperature, and you need to put that pizza stone in there for an hour before you bake your pizza. If you do all those things, I really think your pizza is going to be solidly out of the meh category and into the fantastic category. So if you tried this, I would love to hear what a difference these tips make for you. finished pizza. You can see it's nice and brown on top and underneath, and soft.